Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. What's up, Amanda? How you
Hello.
doing?
I'm hot.
You're hot. Why are you hot?
Because we're in a shed
We're in a shed.
that doesn't have any air conditioning. Obviously, it's a shed.
I have a face and a shell.
I'm glad we had the same idea while I was talking. I felt the Marcel the shell come out of me.
Yep.
So a very interesting thing happened today.
Yes. Which
Um,
was?
Mark got a letter
I did.
that he wrote to himself in high school, and it was supposed to come 5 years later, but it has
7.
come
No, it came 7 years later.
7 years later. So we think they forgot to send it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Bishop Kahneman, class of 2014. If you're watching, appreciate you. But yeah, I got it in the mail. I have that USPS thing where it shows like your mail that's coming through. Saw it earlier today. It's funny because Amanda and I were just talking about that recently. Because I remember like I thought I wrote something to myself or something, and I guess we wrote it during our senior retreat, and it was like a yeah,
What's a senior retreat? What does that
yeah,
entail?
yeah. It's a Catholic school, so it's like almost. I mean, I was gonna say senior trip, but it's not. It's not like a senior trip where you go to like Ocean City or some shit. It's like a retreat is you go to a place with a bunch of your people, and it's more of it's almost, I don't want to call it like a religious thing because it might not be strictly religious, but that's kind of what it is. You go somewhere and you do like activities, you do different things like that, like group, almost like group bonding in a way, but also more for yourself too, like getting in line with yourself, like activities like that. And yeah, so I mean, we had a senior retreat, and I can't remember exactly what we did, but we did all that sort of shit. And then at some point in there, we wrote this letter, and we had like 10 or so questions, 8 or 10 or so questions that were supposed to kind of guide us in what we wrote. And I guess at the time I wasn't really feeling like going super crazy, but I did answer the questions, 2 sides of paper and stuff, and we filmed my reaction to it. So I don't know if I'll put that anywhere or not, but at least I'll have that for next time. But we can kind of paraphrase with just kind of the ideas, and we can talk about that, I guess, for what we're kind of going on here. But I don't know. It was an interesting experience. I mean, I love that we're creating time capsules every day now. Every week with the podcast and the content. It's a different time than it was 7 years ago. I want to say like not as many people were doing these types of things. But to see it written down though is a weird thing because like you literally wrote it. It's more tactile. So I honestly actually I had the idea of as we were setting up the equipment here and everything. I had the idea like what if I today or tomorrow, sometime around now, I go into Google like my Gmail and I type up a letter to myself like that and I press schedule send for it. I mean, it would probably be sitting in my fucking schedule send thing, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can send things later. I wonder if you could like send things like 5 years in the future. I don't really. That's probably not a good idea, like to do it like that. But you could easily do something like that. You can write a note and then write a reminder somehow or something. But I don't know. It's kind of a cool idea. So yeah,
Yeah.
thoughts.
Um,
She has nothing.
this,
Chair's making a lot of noise. I think it's mine.
um,
She's stumped. It's hot.
well, it was funny because he said that he said that his ex-girlfriend looked so pretty, and he said, "I wonder where we'll be in 5 years."
Discontinued.
So that was kind of funny.
Happens.
And then another thing he said was that he was happy that he's very healthy and fit, but he wants to get more fit And I thought that was interesting because that was something that we were just talking about today, like right before we read the letter.
Yeah.
Um, Mark is a very, very
Barry. I'm a Barry.
Mark's a very busy guy, and he's always working. Like in his spare time, he's always working or resting to work more. And I know he was struggling with, like, he wanted to develop a schedule to work out. But like, I feel like you should probably just like work out when you can and find what you like to do. I don't really think you should make a schedule first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's Mark he likes sports and stuff like that because there's an objective to it, he says. But like with exercise, you're just kind of like doing it. So I think it's hard sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little weird. Yeah, it's just the way that my mind works as far as that goes. I mean, the other thing too is I was thinking about this the other day when I went to the gym with a couple buddies, and that makes it more enjoyable. Not like really competing against anybody, but just like being there with other people that are doing similar stuff than you and that you know and things. At least for me, occasionally in the past I would go later at night and I would just have some music and I would, do a couple of things here and there, and that was kind of good. But yeah, just as far as like that, the thing is like the reason that I think about the routine is I try to be like I try to be efficient and try to,
Yeah.
especially with new things, like I'm trying to think of where I can put this in. So then it's like I'm almost defaulted into doing it. Like if I say to myself, okay, every day at 2 p.m. I'm going to go to the gym, in theory, I think that'll work because it's like, well, that's where that fits. Like I'll give you another, for instance, like every Monday morning I do my finances generally, unless I have something else going on, like, that can't move or whatever. I wake up and I just take care of that. That's one of the first things that I do in like the beginning of the week and stuff, like, personal finances, business, bookkeeping. And I have a few of those things, I make sure that we process the episodes, stuff like that. We always film on weekends, trying to set things in their spot. And for me, it's just difficult to get this one to stick for some reason. And maybe it is because, like, maybe it's because of the way that I'm trying to do it. It's not, like, enjoyable for me. I don't know. Maybe I need to gamify working out a little bit more because, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, hockey is sporadic. I play that certain amount of times per week, and that's that's variable too, like the days most of the time. So, yeah, I'd like to make it a habit though, or just haven't been able to figure it out yet.
Why do you want to do it? I'm serious.
Why do I want to do it?
Yeah. Why do you want to do it?
Do what?
Is it because you want to look better?
I would like to look better, but I don't think I look. Here's the thing. I don't think I look bad, so that's not enough of a motivating factor.
Well, that's where
I just don't. I would like to look. I mean, I don't know who wouldn't want to look like shredded. That's not like the motivate. That's not the number one. Honestly, for me, I'm thinking about it now. Let's think logically. Aesthetically, like that, it's a motivating factor, but not too much. Like it's not enough for me to like go. It's like especially because I'm not on the market. It's like who gives a fuck. That's funny.
Okay.
But no, that's kind of a aesthetically. Relatively superficial. If you want to do it for that, that's awesome, but not really, not for me. It'd be a good bonus. I would honestly say I'm getting closer to getting to the point where like I'm getting over the hump mentally, like to the point where it's like, okay, I just need to do something, because the past few months have been like really fucking tough because like I've fucked up both of my shoulders and things like that. And I thought like, damn, if I would have been a little stronger, if I would have been a little more durable, maybe I wouldn't have done that. Like maybe I wouldn't have fallen and fucked up, my shoulder or whatever, or maybe I wouldn't have gotten, like if I'm a little tougher and harder to push down, like in a sense, like, you know, it's harder to take down, stuff like that in hockey or something, then maybe maybe I just, the injuries don't happen, you know, if you're just more durable and stronger. So I thought, fuck, well, maybe I should, maybe that's a good enough motivating factor to just, you know, get stronger, right? Um, so I would say that's probably closer to why I'd want to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, I was just asking because when you go into it thinking because you want to look better or be whatever, I feel like that does not always work.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few, right? There's looks, there's strength, there is feeling, like what, you know, what health, like I'd like to feel better too. I don't feel terrible though. That's the thing is like, you know, right? We've talked about, you know, your journey so far a lot here. And it seems like I don't know if I could live the way that you describe some of your like digestion and just the way that like all that sort of stuff is. Because that sounds like it really sucks. I don't have like, I don't think I have as many of those types of problems. So it's not, you know, as I don't know, just critical in that regard. I really think the biggest one is, and that's the one that I'm getting to more and more, is like I'm getting a little older here. So it's like I should try to incorporate some strength training now, you know, I haven't in the past or something like that. Or, you know, I don't know. I haven't really given this real consideration, but in the conversation that we're having here, you know, like maybe like 1% of me has thought about this, like something where I have a few friends that do like mixed martial arts or like Muay Thai or like in these different like technical things. Not like you're beating the shit out of people necessarily. Like, I mean, I guess you could, but like I think a lot of it is like sparring and like hitting, you know, like the bag and working on different things like that. And it's a very technical way to move your body, and it's like fighting, but it's, you know, it's not like you're fighting like in the fucking octagon type thing. It's like a, you know, it's like karate type deal, right? That's probably a big insult to people that do that, but you understand what I'm saying? You ever take karate in the past? No? Okay, fuck it. I took it for like maybe like one day or something, but basically, it's like it's almost like a little sport, I guess, is a way to put it,
Yeah.
right? There's a,
Is it karate or
it's not karate.
like when you're
There's something else. There's other
punching a
things.
bag?
The point is that it it's actually interesting to me because when I think of the gamifying like health, you know what gamifying means? It's like taking something that's like relatively mundane and like throwing somehow a game around it. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure, I don't know in karate, but I'm pretty sure in these other things, like there's belts, right? So you have to do so much to rank up. I think that's a real motivating factor for a lot of people, and I think that that could be something that could kind of be cool for me. I don't know where to start with that. Obviously, I have people that can do that, but and that I'm around. But I don't know. It's an idea.
Like,
Like what? Are you trying to understand what I'm talking about?
like, I know what isn't it? Are you talking about like what? Doesn't like Joe Rogan do that or
I think
something?
it does jujitsu.
Yeah. Or like, what's
Yeah, it's some
taekwondo?
taekwondo,
Taekwondo.
Muay Thai,
Oh,
jujitsu,
yeah.
karate. I think there's a bunch more probably, but those types of things where
Yeah.
I don't know if you have to fuck people up. I don't know how that works. I don't really want to fight people necessarily.
Yeah.
That doesn't
I
really.
listened to the
But
episode of with him and Demi Lovato, and they were talking about the stuff they do with that. It's
yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. It's an idea, but I don't know. We're just in the conversation, so
I don't know. I feel like you have to do it for you.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
And do it for your body.
yeah. I don't know.
And it's not. I feel like you're just thinking too deep into it.
Probably, yeah.
And it's not gonna be easy. Like you're gonna be sore,
Yeah, but that's different though. I
but
mean,
you
like,
should also stretch before and
no, 'cause here's the
after
thing.
you exercise.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though.
Did you stretch the other day?
Probably not. Like, not well enough, I guess. I don't know.
Did you
Here's
stretch before and after?
I don't. Well, let's just say no. Okay, I don't know. Let's say no.
You need to warm up
Oh
and
God,
cool
yeah, I
down.
get it. I get it. I get it.
That's how you get injuries.
I get it. Thank you. Um, I don't really remember exactly. Like when I was
A young lad.
younger, not super younger. Like when I was working,
I don't know why.
I would work out at Robert Morris with some of the hockey people, right?
Yeah.
And that was good. That was relatively consistent. I think like once or twice a week or something. I can't remember how often it was. I don't remember.
I remember that, and I felt like you were getting real fit, and I was not, and I felt like trash.
And it took you a while to get into that game too. That was weird.
And it's now it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Never thought that would be the opposite. I'm not saying you feel like crap. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that. It's like,
but yeah. So I mean, like obviously, I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is when I get to this point though. It's like I know that I can do it. I actually don't. Actually, when I hate feeling shitty. Oh, I was gonna make a quick point about the soreness. Like, what I'm saying is, I have felt sore before. I've gone somewhat regularly, not every fucking day, however regular that was, which is pretty regular, like consistently, right? I did not, like, I know how soreness works. Like, especially like I wasn't in a gym for months, and then I just went back the other day, and it's like, okay, yeah, I moved my body in ways that I haven't, I pulled weights, lifted weights, whatever. I know I'm gonna be sore. It's going to go away. It's fine. Yeah, totally. I'm going to whine about it for a second or whatever. But the thing at least I've noticed is that you get sore like the first time. And then the second time you go back, like you're not nearly as sore. Third time, you're not nearly as
I
sore.
remember when I first started,
Yeah.
like I was so sore.
Right.
Like my back, I like could not even move. I
Yeah.
definitely still get sore now.
Yeah,
but,
depending on what you do. But
it's like,
the point is that you get, in a way, you get rewarded for consistency because you don't get as sore. I mean, like, obviously if you're doing like heavier things, progression, all that, obviously you might have something. But this is like when I think about this, just the way that my mind works, and again, maybe I'm overthinking it. When I get to this point and I think I have definitely done this before, I've been consistent before. When I'm in the gym, like I'm doing stuff, like I don't, unless I'm not normally on like a program type thing because I haven't been that consistent enough. But like I'm moving weight. I've actually watched, funny enough, I've watched a lot of fitness content over the years with like Max Tuning, Christian Guzman, and people like that have now almost formed more into like the business side of things, which is why I'm not like super into the fitness type of thing. But the point is that I form wise, it's probably not nearly as good as it should be because it's not consistent enough. But like I'm moving stuff, I'm doing things I kind of know, right? And the reason I say that is because like I'm there and I'm doing some stuff and I'm making some progress. Like, I was there for an hour or two the other day or whatever, and I've made some progress, like a little minuscule amount of progress or whatever. So then my brain thinks, well, dude, if you can just get there, if you can just get to the fucking gym and then be there for a half an hour to an hour, you're going to be way ahead of the game. But it's just that first part. So that's why it's not like I have a problem there. I have a problem getting started.
That's exactly how I feel. Even like on a regular day, like getting myself dressed to go downstairs to work out is the hardest part of it. Something else.
Yeah, I love moving my body, right? I mean, I love.
Oh, and when I first started, I told myself I didn't really have a schedule because I was still figuring out what I wanted to do. So I was like, as long as I move my body for this amount of days in the week, like it doesn't matter what I'm doing as long as I'm moving my body. And then eventually I found stuff that I liked and didn't like. And I try to do certain, things.
Yeah. I mean, what I was going to say too was I actually hate being hurt. Like I really hate that. Like when my thumb was broken, I fucking hated that. It's not even the pain really. I just hate, like I don't like the pain, but I don't like just discomfort of not being
able to do stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that. So, when I fell on my shoulder, I don't know how long ago it was at this point, probably 2 months ago, on my fucking right shoulder. And now it's been just lingering and just feeling weird and stuff. And it's like almost like a tendon problem or something. I don't know, because it's not like a dislocation like this other fucking shoulder was. So like I've just had these shoulder problems, right? And it's like, really, I've gone through some times here in these last 2 months. I'm like, dude, like what I want to do is I want to get to decent health in those shoulders, and I want to just go straight back in. Like I want to go into getting stronger. Like I want to make my fucking shoulders, you know, for lack of a better word, like bulletproof in a sense, where like they're stronger. They have a lot of muscle and everything like that is protecting the the joints and shit like that. And I want to focus on that, and I want to just build up that, but also everything else or whatever. So hopefully those things don't happen as much anymore. Almost like preventative, because I think that would be, I think that's one of the greatest strengths of being strong and having, that just that type of thing going on. And yeah, I mean, that's just one of the ideas there. But again, I don't know. One thing I'll say is I went there the other day, and I tried to make sure that I targeted my shoulders a little bit to see what they could do and see how they felt and everything. And I honestly can't throw with my right arm. Like I couldn't throw before. It hurt to throw like a regular, like a wiffle ball or a football or something. And I would say after, it's kind of hurt a little less. So I'm hoping that it's like a positive thing.
Yeah.
And a random antidote real quick. I remember for some reason, like I did like a baseball workout or something in high school. And then the next day I wanted to go play some football with some friends, and my legs hurt so bad. Like I didn't understand why. Like it's like I could barely fucking walk or whatever. And then for some reason I was like, well, this is weird though. Cause like I don't feel bad, and I don't like, didn't hurt myself or whatever. I was like sore. So I just ran, like I just started running around a little bit, and like most of the pain went away. So it was like almost like I needed to break up the tension in the muscles and like just the soreness and all that sort of stuff. So I'm hoping that at this point, that is kind of what's going on in my right shoulder. My left shoulder was definitely subluxated, almost like dislocated, but less, at least 1 or 2 times in the past 2 months. And I'm hoping that it's not, it just continues to heal. I actually think it kind of has less. I have less pain kind of on the left, so I think it's like healing and stuff. But that's a big thing. Like joints for me, like wrists, elbows, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. I'd love to strengthen all of that. So if I can just be fucking consistent enough to just start doing those things, that'd be great.
I literally, like, every time I work out, I'll be like lifting the weights, and my elbow will just crack.
I don't know how to fix that.
Or my legs out do side lunges, ankles just crack.
Yeah, I don't know.
My shoulder just pops.
Pops?
Well, sometimes it makes like a pop noise.
Really?
Not like, or maybe like right here. I don't know. It doesn't really hurt, but my body just like crackles.
Weird.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like I'll go like this, and my elbow just pop, like makes a noise.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to fix that.
I do not think it's normal how my ankles crack.
As they crack.
Yeah, and I can just like put my ankle out and go like that, and it just cracks. I just move it like down. Crack. Crack, crack, crack.
Yeah.
When we first started recording, it was like a serious problem because I couldn't sit still. So I would always move my feet. Literally. I'm moving them right now, and they just crack,
Related, but somewhat unrelated. I got a message from a buddy today, and he was talking about my fast because he's going to do one. Remember that? And I looked back because I knew we did a podcast right before that. And it's called, like, you can see, I thought it was number 3, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I can't remember. And it's called, like, Mark Wants to Do What or something like that. And I started listening to it just, like, briefly, like, just through my phone, so I didn't, like, hear the whole thing. But, yeah, it was what a fucking what a journey it's been, huh? It's way different now. I mean, we were talking on our phones. I'm pretty sure we did that one in the car,
Oh.
and here we are.
We were at my grandparents'
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
house
Yeah.
in the car.
Yep. So, what a journey it has been so far. That's the theme, I guess, today. Journey and health, with the time capsule and the journey of AM and the PM and health, and trying to continue on our fit inspiration.
Yeah.
Amanda's inspo on Twitter. We got that. Literally on Instagram, everything is taken. Amanda's inspiration, Amanda's inspo, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Should look, but it's crazy. They're not even being used.
I have it on Instagram.
No, you
I
don't.
thought.
No, you don't. We went over this last time. On Fueled by Progress, which you should go check out. Man, it was just on Fueled by Progress. But,
oh, so only TikTok.
And Facebook.
God damn it. I don't even know what my own social media is.
It's not good. How are you going to be an FBP ambassador? If you'd like to be an FBP ambassador, let me know.
Yeah, we're actually going to the gym after this.
We are. So we got to wrap up pretty soon.
Pump some iron.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
I carried the heavy equipment outside.
She carried the heavy equipment. She is a changed woman. I'm strong. Yeah.
I used to teach my kids to say, I am strong.
Yeah. Quick thing, though. This is kind of, it's definitely related, but just a random thought. You know, I would really kind of hate, though, if I was putting in like a lot of work and kind of getting stronger or whatever, but I didn't look good, though. That would suck. I don't know if that's a realistic, fear to have, or a realistic scenario.
Well, it takes, what do you think about me?
I think you look pretty good. I mean, I like you. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it takes, the problem with that is it takes a really long time, and it takes I can't use my words. It takes a while.
Yeah. I think you also have to, like, really get into the diet portion of it, just like what your diet is.
Yeah. That goes into it a lot as well. But, like I said when we were on Fueled by Progress, like, take progress pictures, because you may not think that you're making progress, but you can look back at that picture, like, how long from then, and realize, like, oh my gosh, look at me. Like, I started, when did I start? The end of March of last year, and March, April, May. I didn't really, my mom apparently noticed that my stomach was not as big as it was before. And I bought this little tank top from Dick's Sporting Goods and put it on. And I was disappointed because it was real tight. And I don't really like to wear tight stuff. And I've also still never worn this tank top. Anyways. And she said to me that I can wear stuff like that now. Because, like, my stomach was, like, I guess, flatter or more toned. And that's the first time I really noticed that. I kind of looked in the mirror and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, really? And then I didn't notice December, so that's like 9 months, like carrying a baby, is when I noticed that I had my muscles. I feel like I'm literally, like, obsessed. I feel like I'm going to look back in a couple years at all my flexing pictures and just be like, that's so fucking cringy. But I literally never thought I would have muscles, and I just, like, cannot stop flexing. Like, it's just, like, so rewarding to know that I am strong. So I didn't really notice it in myself for, like, 9 months. So, but I will tell you, because you were exercising and moving your body, this might not be for everyone, but for me, it was like a given. Like, I already felt more comfortable in my body because I felt like I was like doing good for my body and moving it and like giving my body grace or whatever. So I automatically just felt more confident like in my body in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty, not long after I started exercising.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
Like last summer, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So you'll already feel confident just because you're moving it. It definitely takes some time. And obviously, if you want to like lose weight, it's all about diet
Mm-hmm.
and what you eat.
Yep.
But
Well,
I'm here to get strong.
I'm gonna get strong. Yeah.
And it's like it's really rewarding. Like down the line, you just notice that your body can like do these things all of a sudden, and it's like, holy shit, like when was I capable of this? Like, how am I able to do this? And wow, this workout used to be really, really hard, but now I'm able to just like breeze through it, and like it's just really rewarding.
Yeah. Well, I'm pumped the fuck up. Let's go to the gym.
Yeah.
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 And if you want to go to the gym more, I'll come with you. I know I feel like I'm like
you have a complicated relationship
chained to
with the
my
gym.
basement floor with my mad fit, but I really did have a great time going to the gym. Something happened. Oh,
I think it was the masks.
no. I stopped before that. I went to the gym. Fucking quarantine. Right before the quarantine, I had to quarantine. And right before I had to quarantine for 2 weeks, I was at the gym. I was booming. I was going. 12, 3:30, lifting weights. Man, I was in it to win it. I would go after work. I was going to the gym like very, very often. And then I had to quarantine for 2 weeks. And then after that, I could not get myself to drive to the gym. It was hard even to go back to work because like I was so tired. Like I was at my house exercising and doing whatever, literally trapped in my house for 2 weeks, and I couldn't get myself to go to the gym after that. And then they made masks mandatory, and I would try to go to the gym with the masks, and I did it for a while. I think even before that, you had to wear the mask. And it's rough. Like anyone who says it's not rough, it's fucking rough.
Yeah.
I was just doing ab workouts and I like couldn't do it. So that's what happened. But I'd like to. It's also really hard for me to like do both. But I do want to get more into the gym because I don't know. I'll use this excuse always, but like Mark lives 3 fucking minutes from a gym. Like I wish. I have to drive like 15 minutes, and like that's too far. That's too much for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have to eat before I go. I can't go after work. I have to eat before I work out, or I can't work out. There's been times where I will be working out actively, and all of a sudden the hunger just hits me, and I have to stop. So. Yeah.
We got to go to the gym.
Yeah.
This has been great, folks. Thank you for, as always, tuning in, all that. We're going to continue our journey, fitness journey, life journey, business journey, all that. If you want to snag up any merch, as always, aminthepmpodcast.com/shop. Link in the description. If you want to ask us a question, we'd be more than happy to answer it. Link is always in the description there as well. But with that, we thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. This has been another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. And we'll talk to you guys in the next one.